Oh, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 8 of the all-time Tag League series here on the channel. As we're at the final stretch. Just 2 more episodes of the regular season. Then we'll have the All-Star Showdown. And then we'll have the end of the playoffs, or into the playoffs for the tournament. The top 16 teams battling out to crown our all-time tag league winner. As before, obviously, every episode, you know the drill by this point. As we're going on to the standings, as our bottom 5 teams of the all-time tag league, we have the Rock and Roll Express, the Eliminators, Demolition, American Wolves. The bottom 4 teams are 2 and 22. 2 Premier League teams, 2 National League teams. It's kind of funny how that's worked out. The Rock and Roll Express, they have lost to Demolition, so hence why they are below them. And the Eliminators have lost to the American Wolves, so hence why they are listed below them. Pretty simple stuff there. Obviously, you know these 4 teams, that most of these teams you're going to see, for the next 2 slides. Next 3 sides, probably. And even the teams that are 39 through 20, they're probably not going to make the playoffs. And at this point, you're looking at, just finishing out the season healthy at this point. Because, you're not going to make the playoffs. It's over for them. Your playoff hopes and dreams are over. As Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki there, 3 and 21. They're the bottom team of the 3 and 21 teams. They're the 60th team with 6 points. We're going to, go on to the next, through 59th and 58th and 57th. The other 3 and 21 teams is 2 National League teams and 2 Premier League teams. Again, it's wild as a world-class tag team in the Midnight Express at 59-58. The world-class tag team have beaten the Midnight Express, so hence why they're placed above them. And then LAX, they have also, as I am now just having to bring up my notes. I can't believe we didn't bring them up this whole time. But for the LAX, they did beat Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki, so hence why they are above them. As for now, the only 420 team, the 420 team, it is the Violence Giants. Kind of wild that they're here at 4 and 20. It's wild how much now. We're 24 games into this season, and it's just been everywhere. You have the Violence Giants at 4 and 20 there. 2 5 and 19 teams, 1 National League team and 1 Premier League team. Actually, 2 National League teams. As I just fucked up the standing there. It's 2 National League teams as the Nightmare Family and Beer Money Inc. Beer Money Inc. have the tiebreaker win over the Nightmare Family, hence why they're placed above them. Now we have 2 Premier League teams at 6 and 18 of Harlem Heat and the Revival, which the Harlem Heat have a tiebreaker win over the Revival. So now we're seeing that there's a lot more tiebreakers now to make this thing a whole lot easier. But when I say this, for the 7-17 teams, the teams with 14 points on the season, Access, the Briscoes, the Usos, and DIY. So Access, they have a tiebreaker win over DIY. So already you're like, what the fuck? But the thing is, the Briscoe brothers, they have beaten Access. The Usos have beaten the Briscoes and Access. And then DIY have beaten both those teams, the Briscoes and Usos, but they lost to Access. So it's just kind of like, well, what the fuck? Just felt like that was the easiest way to go about it. So, that's just, in my opinion, I feel like that was the easiest way to go about it. Thankfully, there's no, playoff spots on the line for that. It's just that's kind of convoluted, that whole thing. Now, for the 8 and 16 teams, 3 National League teams and the Premier League team. So we got Strong Big Japan, Bob and Inoki, Bad Intentions, and Doyoshi. So it's kind of funny. There's all 4 of those teams all have had, basically mainstay teams in Japan throughout the different decades and different eras. As a Strong Big Japan, they have lost to both Bob and Inoki and Bad Intentions, so that's why they're at the bottom. You have Bad Intentions, who have not faced Bob and Inoki, so basically it came down to a coin flip between the two. Bad Intentions won that, so they're placed above them, and then Doyoshi being the Premier League team. It's kind of tough to decide what is going on there. As, I think it's tough when it comes to that, when you have teams of the same record but different leagues. It's kind of hard to differentiate where they belong. But we went with Doyoshi there at the top. As our next teams, 9 and 15, 43rd and 42nd, RVD Sabu and the Filthy Animals at 9 and 15. As a National League team and a Premier League team, I just felt like RVD Sabu, their wins weren't as impressive as the Philly Animals wins, but it's still close there. Either way, it doesn't really matter because they're not in a playoff position, not even at 500, so wasn't a huge deal. I figured, we just, whatever happened, we just had it be a coin flip, and Filthy Animals won that, so hence why they were placed above RVD and Sabu. Muto and Shona Generation Next of the 10 and 14 teams are now in the 20-point mark. They're 41 and 40, which adds us to our next slide, which they're the only two 10 and 14 teams, so we'll go back to that. It's Muto and Shono. Again, it came down to a Premier League team and a National League team to a coin flip. The Premier League team won again, as just it felt like the Premier League team's gotten a lot of advantages here, as they're rated above Muto and Shono. For now, the 39, 38, 37 to 36, the 11 and 13 teams, the Mega Powers, Los Gringos Locals, Red Dragon, and the Funks. So the Funks had probably took one of the biggest drops. They were around the 26th, 27th, 28th marks for the most part of this season. Now they've had a couple of more losses. This is the first time they've been really below 500 in a hot minute, probably since the start of this season. Because I think at the start of the season they were 2-2, maybe 1-3, something like that. But it's just been a tough go of it for them. They're at 11-13, especially for having Terry Funk. It's kind of crazy because you see really the Funks at Los Gringos Locals. I would say the Funks are probably the best team out of that four. When you see the Mega Powers, Los Gringos Locals, Red Dragon, and the Funks, the Mega Powers have dealt with Hogan being out for 2 months, which, Savage has been doing 70s this whole time. As for them, I just felt like, and they have the tiebreaker loss to the Funk, so hence why they're placed below them. And the Red Dragon, Los Gringos Locos, Eddie's been doing a phenomenal job. It's had an all-star year, but it's not going to be enough, as Art Bar has not done anything enough to really put them in the top 20 discussion at all. But they had the tiebreaker loss to Red Dragon, hence why Red Dragon's placed above them. For the 500 teams, the 12 and 12 teams, they're sitting at 24 points from 35 to 32. World's Greatest Tag Team, the APA, Tenkoji, and the New Day. Tiebreaker win for New Day over World's Greatest Tag Team, and then tiebreaker win for Tenkoji, the APA. So it came down to a coin flip between New Day and Tenkoji, and again, the Premier Team won on that. So that's huge for the New Day, which New Day, this is really one of the first times I felt like the New Day have, usually they're a little higher. They're, again, a team that's been in the mid-20s, and now they're in the 30s here. Maybe they can bounce back up, maybe not. We'll have to wait and see. So Kobashi Masawa 31 with the 12-11 with the draw, making it 25th, as they're really coming together. They just got to stay healthy, and maybe they can make a playoff run. You never know. It's still not over for any of these teams that are in, like, from 30 up that could make a playoff run. You just got to win your rest of your games. You're pretty much in the running. You have a very, very good shot at being in the running. As our next two teams, two National League teams, 29-30, the Outsiders, the Rockers, 13-11. As the Outsiders have a tiebreaker win there. As the 14-10 teams, two Premier League teams, Kenta Fuji and Ringkampf, with Ringkampf there at 14-10, and Kenta Fuji at 14-10. They have not faced each other, so that came down to a coin toss. Kenta Fuji won that. The 15-9 teams, we have two Premier League teams and two National League teams. The two Premier League teams, they're at the bottom, as Heart Foundation and the Lucha Brothers, they have not faced each other. And then the Shield and the Brothers of Destruction, which the Shield have a tiebreaker win of the Brothers of Destruction. So we placed them ahead of Heart Foundation and Lucha Brothers, since there was at least, just to change it up a little bit, to have the National League teams on top. We didn't even do a coin toss. At that point, I was like, all right, the Premier League teams, they're just winning all of them. Let's just change it up. Since the Shield have that tiebreaker win, might as well put them above two teams that haven't faced each other. As 15-18-1 for the 22nd team, the Holy Demon Army, a team that has been in the playoff picture. They fell from 14th to 22nd, so this is a tough spot for them. A team that was in the playoffs potentially, and now they're looking outside it, as we got London and Kendrick in the British Bulldogs at the 21st and 20th team at 16 and 8. Two Premier League teams. Again, I fucked up the leagues there, as should have been a Premier. Should have been a P right next to them. As for 17 and 7 teams now, we got Motor City Machine Guns and Jericho. Motor City Machine Guns have really been the story of this all-time tag league. I think they're just a team that have caught fire in these past couple episodes. Both guys are doing 90s and 90s and above. They're going to be a team, if they make the playoffs, they could make a deep run in the playoffs. It's Jericho at 18. They were very much a force in the early on in this all-time tag league. They kind of went back down and started losing a little bit more. Now they're started rising up into the standings. They're at the 18th spot. They're just outside the playoffs though. It's gonna take either a Young Bucks or Miracle Violence loss, and they could come right back in there and have that 16th spot. As you see there, the Miracle Violence connection, the Young Bucks 17th and 16th, two teams that have a tied record with the draw. They're always going to be in sync between the two, and it's going to come down to a coin toss. And the Young Bucks won it, and they get the playoff spot. So that's crazy that it might come down to a fucking coin flip to decide that last playoff spot. That's just where we're at. Crazy times. As for the 18 and 16s, 3 National League teams and 1 Premier League team, as we have the Dudley Boys, which I changed their logo just to give it a little bit more flavor, the Phenomenal Angels, the Steiner Brothers, and the 2-man Power Trip. Obviously now the 1-man Power Trip until the remainder of the season, as Triple H is going to have to do this all by himself. The Steiners, they're at 18 and 16th at the 13th spot. The Phenomenal Angels, who were a team that were a top 8 team, even a team that could have been in the top 4, had a couple of losses go their way. They're still in the playoffs, according to this picture, but they can't lose anymore. This is it. They have got to stay a 6-loss team. If not, they are in serious jeopardy of getting out of the playoffs. Then the Dudley Boys, who have kind of been up and down this. They've been outside the playoff picture. They've been in the playoff picture. They've just kind of been all over the place. They might be a team that was going to get that 15th, 16th spot. As now for Hanson and Brody, 11th, our top 10 teams. As you see, with Hanson and Brody have the draw, that's always going to help them out in a huge way. As the top 10 teams, you have almost a split. You have, it is kind of crazy how it's a perfect split. 5 National League teams, 5 Premier League teams so far. Obviously a lot can change. You have your 4 19 and 5 teams. You have your 1 draw team with a 19-4-1, 2 20 and 4, and then 3 21 and 3 teams. The 19 and 5 teams, you have Steinerico, Hardy Boys, Rocket Sock Connection, the Malenko, and Benoit team, which that should have an N instead of a P beside them, as it should be 2 National League teams and 2 Premier League teams. As for the Hardy Boys and Steinerico, they have not faced off against each other. Came down to a coin toss. Hardy Boys won that. The Malenko Brothers and Rocket Sock Connection, another team that has not faced each other, so had to come down to a coin toss, and the Malenko and Benoit team won that coin toss. As for Arn and Tully, the Kings of Wrestling, 2 teams that should have a P, as I really fucked up the standings, as I've seen so many mistakes so far. As Arn Tully, Kings of Wrestling, they haven't faced off against each other, and so I just did a coin toss flip. Kings of Wrestling has the 4th spot, Arn and Tully in the 5th. And the top 3 teams, 1 Premier League team, 2 National League teams, Edge and Christian there, who having that extra win and is going to be huge for them. Because you have Kings of Wrestling, you have Arn and Tully, the Golden Lovers. You have so many great teams that are just right there on their tail. And if they keep that 1 extra win, it's going to be huge for them. It's Bam Bam and Vader taking on the Road Warriors, which the Road Warriors finally, we have a new team in the number 1 spot, the new number 1 team in the all-time tag league. The Road Warriors, as you saw the last match, or not the last show of the last episode, the Road Warriors beat Bam Bam and Vader, having the tiebreaker win over them, and they will probably be the number 1 seed now going into the all-time tag league, unless something crazy happens with, like, they lose. But this is a huge momentum. I mean, for right now, they'll take on the Young Bucks. If the playoffs happen right now, Bam Bam and Vader would take on the Dudleys. Edge and Christian would take on the Phenomenal Angels, which that would be a big time matchup for the Phenomenal Angels. They could end up winning that. Kings of Wrestling, Steiner Brothers, Arn and Tully, the two-man power trip, which it'd be the one-man power trip at that point. The Golden Lovers and Hanson and Brody, that's a fun match. Malenko Brothers, Stenerico, then the Rockstar Connection taking on the Hardys. If the playoffs happened right now, obviously that's not going to happen. As now that we went through the standings, it is now time to go through the next 4 shows. Alright, let's take a look at the backstage incidents. Ric Flair lifted the locker room when a silly game he created quickly became very popular backstage. I can only imagine what that fucking game is. Xavier Woods bringing pizza for the entire locker room. That's a bunch of fucking pizza to bring. Dear guys, Demolition Crutch is brought to Wrestler's Court, accused of moaning about stuff all the time and bumming everyone else out. The judge, The Undertaker, found him guilty and sends him to shut up or cheer up and buy drinks for everyone after the show. Yeah. Just shut up or cheer up. Come on. That's just crazy how big that network is now. Yeah, Brett's still out with his injury, so looks like Jim Neidhart's going to have to go at it alone. As I want to say Brett's injury happened at a house show? Because it wasn't at... Maybe it was at an actual show. I thought it was at a house show, for whatever... Yeah, it was at an actual show. That's right, he broke his collarbone. I don't know why I was thinking it was the... So that's going to be tough for the Hart Foundation, as they are taking on... they are scheduled to take on the Lucha Brothers. So that's... Looks like Jim Neidhart's going to lose that one for the Hart Foundation. It's Lucha Brothers with a huge win, which, I mean, they were... I want to say they were tied, as, yeah, they were. They were 15-9, both of them, and so that's a huge tiebreaker win for the Lucha Brothers. Tough loss for Jim Neidhart. And Brett, they're sitting at home, nursing his injury back to health. As of 12 minutes there, we're going to give that one to Pentagon Jr. Nice. I fucking scripted it. There we go. As DIY LAX, we'll just go down the line. Makes this a whole lot easier. Yeah, definitely not a wild brawl. I'm going to give that one to DIY. I feel like they'll outperform them. Axis and Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki. That's going to be an Axis win. So we have that for Steal the Show. Probably won't be. Doyoshi and the Revival. That's going to be a Doyoshi win. So yeah, I guess we can keep it as that. Keep it as a 19-minute slow build. Edge and Christian, the world's greatest tag team. It's definitely getting more time. Keep that 23 minutes. Edge and Christian are going to get the huge win. We'll have Edge as Charlie House. Nice. Harlem Heat and Ring Kampf. Obviously, Ring Kampf there. So we have that for a while brawl, too. Let's not do that. Walter. Stevie Ray. Cool. As oh. Yep, I forgot. Stevie Ray can't work anything less than like 10 minutes. Unreal. Kenta Fuji and the Motor City Machine Guns. What a fucking awesome match this is. We're gonna have the Guns get the win there. As, yeah, Shelly over Mara Fuji. Would be an awesome match. Just fucking awesome. Kings of Wrestling and the Filthy Animals. Now, Ray's back, so this match is going to be a lot better. We're going to give them time because of that. Oh, no, not overbooked. As Claudio going to beat Conan. I think that's pretty obvious. Pretty obvious, if I do say so myself. At least, as London and Kendrick against the Usos. London and Kendrick are going to get the win on that one. Yeah, we can keep that. Los Gringos Locos and the Young Bucks what a fucking match this is. This is a AAA main event if you combine the eras. Yeah, the Young Bucks are going to get the win. They're going to beat Art Bar. Or pin Art Bar. Matt Jackson will. So now we can skip that. Red Dragon Stenerico. Gonna give that one to Stenerico, obviously. Stenerico's gonna pin Bobby Fish. Briscoe Brothers Golden Lovers. Golden Lovers are gonna carry him to a good little match. A great little match, actually. Probably. So Mega's gonna get the pin there. The Eliminators and Arn and Tully. Easy win for Arn and Tully, who keep racking up wins. As we're gonna have Tully get the win. Just to help him out. As we had Arn Anderson as the road agent. Hardy Boys and the Wolves. You know, this used to be a technical masterclass. I mean, we could still make it that. Matt and Jeff can't really work a technical masterclass. I will just let it be steal the show. New Day against Jack Evans and Roderick Strong. If that for steal the show, which probably won't. We're going to give that to Generation Next. I feel like they're going to outperform them. Could be wrong, though. And so, there we go. Slow build. And then the Phenomenal Angels and the British Bulldogs, which as of right now is probably going to be the main event. Kind of wild it took that long to find one. Definitely, there's been better shows out there. We do need a technical masterclass. I'm not really sure exactly what it's going to be yet. So who's going to win? Phenomenal Angels of AJ. David Boy. It's with either Spiral Tap or fucking Styles Clash. Let's rearrange all this. We could have it be this, maybe. I don't know how well William Stewart Jr. has technical skills. Yeah, he's got really a lot. I don't know why I was like, oh, I don't know what. I mean, Conan's probably this. Yeah, I think it's going to be this. Yeah, I think that's smart play. Red Dragon Stenerico. And then Briscoe Brothers. Put that there. Yeah, this is, it's a tough one. Because I know... I think it's... And then we'll have this go there. Yeah, I think this is our order for this night. We just gotta cut back on time, and then let's see what else we gotta do. Earl Hebner and Boris Malenko. Also, Dash Wilder is just burnt out. Like, that's his injury. So that's kind of funny. He's burned out on the season. He's already over it. Because what happens when you're a losing team. As we can cut back on this. Yeah, it's 6 minutes. I didn't even realize if Earl Hebner was a fucking ref in that match or not. Yep, he was. Mickey J. So now that should get rid of... Yeah, now we just gotta get Boris. Boris. So we'll put that down to 20. Bump this down to 20 as well. There's Boris Malenko. Stu Hart. And then this has got extra 2 minutes that we can take off. Let's go to Guerreros for that. And Boris is still overbooked, so we gotta go all the way down here. Yep. Dean Malenko works for me. See if it's it. Nope, didn't go away, so I'm assuming it's not. Now it's probably Dean Malenko's probably the one who's fucking overbooked. Nope, still Boris. Wow. It's Harlem Heat. This match? Nope. Axis and Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki? No. That why LAX? Yep. Is Foley Anderson. Book that one. Can we finally be it? Thank you. Alright. Let's run. Oh, that's before we actually run the show. Let's change the venue. So, I think the last was Southeast. 23,000. The BB&T Center sounds good to me. 23,000. Let's run the show. So I'm expecting a good bit from that technical masterclass. 93, yeah. Yeah, I figured to do really well. There's only 19,000 people showed up. It's King's Wrestling beating Conan Rey Mysterio Jr. 1941, Claudio submitted Conan with a Swiss sleeper holding. So yeah, got to show up to a strong start. That's probably one of the best openers we'll ever have. Unreal. It's an 81 for the next match, which is crazy that we even had that good of a rating. Probably shouldn't have had this match. I kind of really glossed over a lot of the undercard match, yeah, as far as their placements. Because obviously we know Arn's going to outperform like half the tag teams we're going to see after this. I mean, still an 81, but the ring comp over Harlem Heat as Booker T's almost in the 80s. It's too late for that, though, as he's getting dragged down by Stevie Ray. Ring comp getting the win at 950 as Falter pinning Stevie Ray with a powerbomb. It's an 82 for the Axis Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki match. I don't know how in the fuck that happened. You had a 54, a 66, a 71, and Go with a 79. Now, no one even hit an 80. The only one that was close was Go. I don't get it, but we'll take it. We'll take the 82 as Axis getting the win at 78 again for DIY and LAX as DIY getting the win as Gargano pinning Ortiz after the meeting in the middle. As 262s for LAX, a 66 for Ciampa, and a 73 for Gargano. Good there. As an 84 for the Steal the Show match of the Hardy Boys and the Wolves. You see the fucking Hardys are killing it. As Jeff with a 97, Matt with an 88. As Hardy Boys getting the win over the American Wolves in 1409 with Jeff Hardy pinned Davey Richards with a Twist of Fate Swanton Bomb. It's an 83 for the Lucha Brothers. Jim Neidhart match. You see the Lucha Brothers are in the 90s. Just fucking killing it. 91 for Phoenix, 92 for Pentagon Jr., 63 for Jim Neidhart. They might be the best team that might not make the playoffs. So they're going to have two 90s, and they're not in the top 20 even. London and Kendrick taking on the Usos. The London and Kendrick getting the win. This is 86 and 12:55. It's nuts. Paul London pinning Jimmy Uso with a London calling. So 79 for Doyoshi and the Revival. Yeah, should have known better. Should have known better. There's no way that match was going to do better than that match. Just because, I mean, yeah, there's just no way. There's no fucking way. But, big win for Doyoshi, though. They beat the Revival in 1919. 86 for the next match as Red Dragon taking on Stenerico. As a 90 for Kevin Steen. 80 for El Generico. 78 for Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish with 72. So if it wasn't for Kevin Steen, probably would have been a pretty even match. Generico pinning Bobby Fish with a spiked brainbuster in 1959. A 90 for the Briscoe Brothers Golden Lovers match. See Omega and Ibushi carrying the Briscoes to a nice little match as Kenny Omega pinning Jay Briscoe after the Golden Shower. It's 97 for Omega, 90 for Kota Ibushi. It's 89 for Generation Next and the New Day. As Roderick Strong and Jack Evans outperforming the New Day. See Roderick Strong pinning Kofi with a Death by Roderick. Honestly, I cannot believe Generation X is doing that well. Like, they're not even close to 500, and yet they're in the 80s, both of them. Like, it's just nuts. Just fucking nuts. It's an 81 for the Motor City Machine Guns Kenta Fuji match. This should have been a lot better. As, but I didn't take off the All Out on the, and Saban blowing his eardrum. We have Kenta being off his game. Some great performances, though. Alex Shelley on 98, 95 for Saban, 85 for Kenta, and 82 for Naomi Marufuji. Just did not realize I still had the all-out note on there. We get a 99 for the Los Gringos Locos Young Bucks match as Eddie with 100, 95 for Nick Jackson, 88 for Matt Jackson. Armbar's hitting the 60. Not enough, though, as Matt Jackson tapping out Art Bar there in 2041. It's another 99 for Edge and Christian taking on the World's Greatest Tag Team as they beat the World's Greatest Tag Team as Edge pitting Charlie Haas after the stack superplex. 96 for Edge, 83 for Christian, 85 for Shelton, and 77 for Charlie Haas. This would be an awesome match. Like, if you took, obviously, prime Shelton Benjamin and Charlie Haas, like, drop them in 1999, 2000 WWF, and they'd have killer matches with both them, the Hardys, even, and Dudley Boys. That'd be a team that would be fantastic. As another 99, 399s, back to back to back. It's the Phenomenal Angels beating the British Bulldogs in 1947. Looks like the right decision. It's AJ with a 99, 89 for Daniels, 92 for Dynamite, 80 for Davey Boy. AJ Styles getting the win with a Styles Clash from Davey Boy Smith. Unbelievable. Good shit there. I cannot wait to see the rating of this show. Still a 97. We couldn't top it. Couldn't top that 97. I thought for sure that was going to be it. 399s. Still not enough. Yes, man, what a performance. I don't know who I'm going to put over, to be honest. It's tough. I feel like we've kind of went everywhere now. Let's give some love for Rey Mysterio Jr. We'll give him a hug. Welcome back. Trying to think who else. Roderick Strong. He did an 85. Some good stuff there. As, trying to think what else. It might be, I guess Gargano. He got a little better. Hell yeah. Awesome stuff. Now on to the National League, which again, it's always, it used to be back in the day, before, probably 2-3 episodes ago, this was not so much of a guarantee, but now they are on even footing with the Premier League, and it's been really, and they've had some of the, if not all the greatest matches of the all-time tag league. All 3 100s have been over there in the National Leagues. Maybe they'll add another one to the list. We shall see. Alright, first National League now for this episode. And so we got some backstage incidents. Bobby Heenan gave the locker room a lift. So he provided a crate of free drinks for everyone. Fuck yeah, Bobby Heenan. Jericho's brought the wrestlers' court as he accused of not joining the rest of the locker room for a night out. Wow. Fucking Chris Jericho? Not doing that? Find that hard to believe. Even if COVID's out, he'll fucking go out to party all night long. No mask. He doesn't give a fuck. As Undertaker found him guilty, sends it to buy drinks for everyone after the show. Then Eddie Guerrero and Conan were, I'm assuming, passing tips on how to sell. Alright. I figured it'd be some type of protege thing. So, man, this is, this card, it's interesting because there's not, like, a lot of big-time names as far as what could be the main event. There's some, probably this is probably going to be the main event, Bam Bam and Miracle Violence Connection, which we're going to make this a draw. So it'll be the second draw for the Miracle Violence Connection. So we're going to make it a time limit draw, which Vader's pissed. We'll keep him strong. Let's see here. Nice, that's all we need to do. The co-main can go a lot of different ways. We could have the handicap match with, probably not Triple H with Sal. That's probably not the co-main event. Though there's still a good match. The APA Jericho match I really like. Tenkoji Handsome Brody I really like. We can probably just work our way down from those 3 matches I just listed. So we're going to have Handsome Brody win that match. There we go. As then the APA Jericho. We're actually going to have the APA win this one, as Bradshaw's going to beat Jericho. Jericho's a little upset. We'll keep him strong. Works for me. And then the Triple H versus the Kobasha Misawa team. As they're going to get the win, they're going to beat the now one-man Proud Chip, who he is fucking pissed. As I don't really care at that point. It's 1-on-2. You egomaniac. As, trying to think what else could be on the top part of the card. Funk's Bad Intentions, probably could work. The Brothers Destruction versus Muto and Chono, that could work. Outsiders, Steiners. Then kind of the rest can kind of fill its way. And then the Rockers, Dudley Boys, now the rest can kind of fill its way out. As we'll just start from the top, work our way down. Spear Money Inc. taking on the Shield. The Shield are gonna get the win there. As Road Warriors, Bob and Inoki could be the next one. And then we'll have the Malenko Benoit team. As you see, the Road Warriors obviously getting the win. The number one team now in the all-time tag league. It's Malenko and Benoit gonna beat Demolition, obviously. And now we can kind of sprinkle in whatever at this point. Holy Demon Army, Rock and Roll Express. This is a tough one because I kind of want it to be the Tactical Masterclass. You know, because Kawada's got his, you know, it's an 83. Ricky Borden's is a 65. And then I think Roberts is a 57. So it's going to be, it would be all Toshiaki Kawada. But we need, that's something we need to have. The rest kind of doesn't really matter. We have that for Steal the Show, the Violence Giants. As, which that's probably not going to happen. Because this, obviously these matches here. The Mega Powers against the Midnight Express. As Hogan's still not ready? Fuck, I thought he was. Wow. Here I thought he was back. As Strong Big Japan is going to be Cody, and Cody's pissed. His pop, wow, his pop's kind of high. Daisuke's is probably in the 20s, yeah. We'll keep you strong, Cody, I guess, even though you haven't been performing to our standards. And then we'll have to make that handicap match. So, make that, alright. Yeah. That actually might be better, this match. Alright. I mean, I like the card, and then we'll add the handicap match now. Between Savage against the Rock and Roll, or the Midnight Express, rather. Randy Savage, Stan Lane, Vince Condrey. Savage is going to get the win because I think he's going to outperform. He won't. It's going to be close to with Dennis Condrey. He might actually get outperformed. As I just want to see what the booking analysis says. Well, it looks like we're good to go. As we'll put that there. Now I have a feeling I forgot. Yep, I'm glad I checked that. I was like, I had a feeling I forgot to make that slow build. Cool. All right. And oh, we have to change the venue to Great Lakes. Could be something. That's 21. Nah. Yeah, I guess the Midwest has the Fargo Dome in North Dakota. Could be fun. Yeah, let's go there. All right. So yeah, the Holy Demon Army, Rock and Roll Express Techno Masterclass, which they actually did okay. You know, Kawada with a 93, 61 for Toway, 60 from Ricky Morton, and 52 from Robert Gibson. So Ricky was off his game, but it didn't really matter. It's still a nice little match. It was 77, this dangerous kick for Toshiaki Kawada in 1947. Then, yeah, we're going right back down to Savage. Getting the win over the Midnight Express as Randy hits the flying elbow drop on Stan Lane. You see, obviously, Stan Lane. No position to be in this, but thanks to Bobby Eaton's injury, that's where we're at. As Strong Big Japan, the Brotherhood, the Nightmare Family, whatever you want to call it, as there hasn't been an injury yet for Dustin and Cody to become the Nightmare Family, so they're just still... So the Brothers, they lose to Strong Big Japan. Deserving win for Strong Big Japan, even though the pop wasn't there, but Daisuke and Yuji Kobayashi are fucking killing it. 72 for the Violence Giants RVD Sabu match, as RVD strains his thigh muscle. That's tough. Sabu was off his game, which results in a 53. It's tough because obviously Van Dam, I think the right decision was made with Van Dam and Sabu getting the win because Van Dam having the 84, but Sabu being off his game really hurt it. So it's just tough, but it's still a fun match as it still got a 72 with Van Dam pinning Suwama after the 5-star frog splash. It's an 80 for the Malenko Benoit demolition match. Yeah, I mean they did their part. As Benoit gets the win with a diving headbutt, saying the Rock and Sock connection. Mankind, the Rock getting the win. It's Mankind pinning Jado after the double people's elbow. 100 for Rock, 97 for Mankind. That's just nuts. That's 78 for the Road Warriors against Bob and Inoki, as the Road Warriors are getting the win with a Doomsday Device on Inoki. Inoki almost did an 80. Bob with a 62. 93 for Animal, 92 for Hawk. Another 78 for the Shield against Beer Money Inc. So Rollins pinning James Storms with a pedigree. 99 for Seth Rollins, 82 for Roman, 75 for Bobby Roode, and 66 for James Storms. So maybe Roman can get to like a mid-80s, maybe. That's another team that might just not make the playoffs. This gets a 98. I was not ready for this. As the Dudleys against the Rockers. Dudley Boys getting the win as Bubba pinning Marty Jannetty with a 3D. As Shawn Michaels head and shoulders above everyone else. This could have went either way, to be honest. I know that's kind of weird to say, but you see, Marty was somewhat close to Devon, and Shawn outperformed Bubba, so this could have went to the Rockers, but Bubba Ray getting the win. 20 minutes for the team pinning Marty Jannetty after the 3D. Hell of a match. It's another 98. Steiners against the Outsiders. You see Scotty with 100. 84 for Scott Hall. 81 for Rick, and a 60 for Kevin Nash. He's off his game, too. Scott tapping out Scott Hall to the Steiner recliner. Hell yeah, it's a 97. Now we're ripping back down. It's Brothers of Destruction beating Keiji Muto and Masahiro Chono. You see there, Kane has an 83, Undertaker with a 93, Muto with a 91. Just Chono not on that level, but double choke slam for Undertaker and Kane there. As they're back to their great form as the Funks against the Bad Intentions. Funk's getting the win as Terry Funk pinning Giant Bernard after a Funker assault. 96 for Terry Funk. Dory Funk Jr. almost in the 80s. There we go, Dory Funk Jr. As he's doing some good ratings there. 74s for Bad Intentions there. It's a 98. Oh! Huh. I wonder why this got an 82. Because you see the stats. Is it because it's a handicap match? I just kind of need to see why this was rated so badly. Interesting. It's limited for having so many, odd. Don't get that, but alright. I understand that obviously a handicap match wouldn't be that crazy, but maybe it would. I guess you never really know until someone actually has a phenomenal handicap match. Interesting, though. It's Kabashi Masawa getting the win over Triple H. I got an 82 and 81, so maybe it's just like the way the show was going and needed to go back down before it went back up for the main event and co-main event is my guess. As the APA defeating Jericho in 20 minutes, as Bradshaw pitting Chris Jericho with an 8 powerbomb. Yeah, I mean, the wrong team won. Big Show outperformed Simmons and then Bradshaw. Wrong team won there. That was just that was my bad. Nothing. Especially Jericho, who are just a team outside that playoff picture. I might have just fucked them out of a playoff spot with that one. As an 83 for 10 Koji and Hanson and Brody, as not enough selling, lack of psychology brings that one down to an 83. 100 for Stan Hansen, 91 for Tenzan, 89 for Bruiser Brody, and Satoshi Kojima just not on that level as everybody else is with a 73. But Hansen and Brody getting the win of Stan Hansen hitting Tenzan with a lariat. Probably should have went for Kojima with the lariat, but that's not a huge deal. And the main event gets an 84 for the time limit draw. As, we have 100 for Terry Gordy, 98 for Vader, 96 for Dr. Death, and 92 for Bam Bam. So really, we could have gave Miracle Vine's Connection the win, but opted for the draw just to protect Bam Bam and Vader and to protect Miracle Vine's Connection. Who are now their first team to have 2 draws in the all-time tag league, which I think that's exciting to have. Man, that card really fell apart with the handicap match. Kind of weird. If we flipped this handicap match, we put it here, right before the Dudley Boys Rockers match, maybe, just maybe, that card would have been able to ride all the way through, but I thought I turned off the crowd burnout segment, but that is what it is. Who do I get? It's so many great guys, man. Like, Terry Gordy at 100. Let's give some love to Terry. Dory Funk Jr. came a long way. I feel like he's doing a great job. I feel like The Undertaker. He's, in the hundreds, or almost in the 90s now. I feel like he could get some praise. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with. Yeah, there you go, Dory Funk Jr. Hey, we're just trying to go all over the place. All right, now on to the next week's shows. Kind of crazy that the National League show fell apart like it did. Did not see that coming. But that's the way TEW goes sometimes. Just takes one little wrinkle to really, destroy a whole card sometimes. You can just take one thing to get the show that looked like it was rolling and then just roll right into a fucking ball off a goddamn cliff sometimes. As now, on to the Premier League. Alright, let's see. Assuming that this Premier League show is going to do a lot better than that National League show, but you never know. So I just want to see Brett. Yep, still hurt. So I'm going to have to make this the Briscoe Brothers Heart Foundation match. Now it's going to be a handicap match. Dory Funk Jr. passing back from work to Kendrick, and Mitsuru Masawa, I'm assuming. Sure is. God bless Dory Funk Jr. And so I guess before we go there, let's change the venue. Looks like it's Mid-Atlantic. The KFC Yum Center. That's where we should have had this entire fucking season held at, the fucking KFC Yum Center. As, we just gotta fucking make that a handicap match. Briscoe Brothers, see if they should get the win or not. Trim that out. We'll keep it 10 minutes just for now. And then we're gonna have, the Heart Foundation just falling off a cliff thanks to this injury. So I have a feeling the Briscoe Brothers are gonna outperform them. Can't be for sure. And those, the American Wolves against the Mostly Machine Guns. We have it set for Steal the Show, which that might change. Might change to a technical masterclass. Yeah, I think we can. What's Saban's technical? 71, man. I will just keep it for Steal the Show for now. Arn and Tully against the Kings of Wrestling. This is a major, major match right here. Two of the top fucking tag teams of the Premier League. I haven't even picked a winner yet. As because a lot of, so just a little breaking the fourth wall. So a lot of the Premier League's matches were actually made before the first show was ran. As the National League, however, I booked about, I want to say the first 2 or 3 episodes worth of their shows before I ran the actual all-time tag league. Then once we got to the point where we got to that point of all those shows were pre-booked, I had to, before every recording session, add the 4 National League shows matches onto the TEW page. So that's kind of why you see maybe a lot of things are more easier for the National League side than the Premier League side. But this, I have no idea who should win. I feel like Kings of Wrestling. I think they're gonna outperform them. We're gonna give it to them. And if Hero beat Tully, and if it happens, it happens. If they get outperformed, they get outperformed. But I think, and then Edge and Christian, the Hardy Boys. Wow, this is what a fucking main and co-main this is. We're gonna have the Hardys win. Jeff and Matt, I think they're gonna outperform Edge and Christian, and that's huge right there. Harlem Heat, New Day, not so much, but some Black Excellence here. Yeah, Big E and Kofi are gonna get the win. Well, Big E beat Stevie Ray. How much time's on this match? 14 minutes. We know we gotta cut that down to 10. Kenta Fuji Axis. Kenta Fuji's probably gonna get the win here. As Kenta's been on a roll. Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr. gets to Yoshi. I'm gonna have Filthy Animals get the win. We're gonna have Rey Mysterio Jr. I think this is gonna be a nice little match. I think this could be the technical masterclass, to be honest. I got a feeling Yoshihino and Naruki Doi. Yeah, we got a 74. 75, yeah, and then Conan has his 62. I think this is gonna be, yeah, this is perfect opportunity for the Technical Masterclass opener. LAX Phenomenal Angels, easy win for the Phenomenal Angels there, obviously. AJ getting the win there. Ringkampf, Jinsei Shinzaki Hayabusa, easy win there for Ringkampf, as we're gonna have Thatcher get the win this time around. And then Stenerica. Oh, actually, I saw the time was just under 10 minutes, so we're going to have to change that match. This is another great fucking match. Stenerica and London and Kendrick. I feel like London and Kendrick have done... I feel like, as of right now, they're going to outperform them. As, we're going to change that to regular. So, we're going to have Spanky get the... Which is hilarious this match is happening in the all-time tag league here. Because on the second shoot interview that London Kendrick did, not very happy with dealing with Generico's booking, or not really booking, but Generico, the way Generico plans his matches out, which has been kind of a thing a lot of people have said. When Stenerico first started getting booked in Ring of Honor, was getting a lot of ploy. There's a lot of people in the echelon of the Ring of Honor roster that did not like the way Generico would book shit. He was just a very eccentric, very different guy, and a lot of people didn't like the way he did shit. As they were, because basically Generico shuts down a lot of shit when they're you're pitching the spots, what to do, and putting the match together. And Brian Kendrick thought it was a bit of a slap in the face to go like, oh, I thought you wanted to work with us, and now you shot down everything I've done and have pitched, and so that was just kind of funny that now they get their revenge thanks to this, as another steal the show. I don't know what the fuck that all was. I just opened up the card and then all of a sudden, alright, so obviously Roddy and Jack have been killing it, so they're gonna get the win there. Good for them. Bulldogs, Los Gringos Locos. Bulldogs are going to get the win there. It's Dynamite getting the win for them. We'll bump that up to 20. Golden Lovers Eliminators, obviously easy win for the Golden Lovers. Bump that down to 10. Oh, Golden Lovers, obviously. We'll give that to Kenny Omega again. I feel like we've given a lot to Ibushi. Revival Red Dragon. I feel like Red Dragon have had better matches than Revival have, at least as far as in-ring performance-wise. So, gonna give it to them. We'll give them a little bit. They don't really need that time, to be honest. Yeah, we'll just all out. Decisive. Alright, perfect. So Red Dragon getting the win. Usos, world's greatest tag team. Usos are gonna get the win there. And another fucking banger match that I just saw. Lucha Brothers, Young Bucks. I mean, fuck. This card is probably one of the, if not the best card that I've seen. I mean, just nuts. We've had, I mean, that's 4 main events we could have. Just insane. As that's the opener, that's right. And Bulldogs, that's going here. That's going there. There, just trying to fix and everything. Feel like that can go there, and there we go. That's better. That looks a lot better. We'll just swap that. Perfect. And now, that Young Bucks Lucha Brothers match, which honestly, I have no idea who's gonna win this fucking thing again. Steal the show, we don't need that. I'm gonna give it to Pentagon Jr. Phoenix. I mean, they're both in the 90s, so are the Bucks, but I feel like they're gonna outperform the Bucks. I feel like. I got a feeling they will, as that's a 20-minute match there. Is Phoenix gonna get the pin? 27 minutes, or 275 rather. We could have a lot more matches. We hit that 20 mark if we wanted to, but man, I mean, this card's fucking crazy. This is going to be the main. Edge and Christian Hardy's, that's the main. Because I listen, as much as Arn and Tully, Kings Wrestling, the best tag team in the Premier League right now, or one of the best. This is the main event. I think more than Arn and Tully against Kings of Wrestling is. So that should be, yeah, that should be it. I mean, I guess we can add some more time to some of these matches, just because we can. We'll give that like 24. We'll give this like 24, 22 rather. Give that 21 just to add a little bit more time to this. But yeah, I mean, I like this card a lot. I like it a lot. This is a hell of a card. Right out of the gate, 85 with a technical masterclass opener. It's Filthy Animals getting the win over Doyoshi in 1950. It's Rey Mysterio Jr. pinning Naruki Doi. Springboard Hurricane Rana. So you see Rey Mysterio Jr. outperforming Masato Yoshino by 13. And then same thing for Naruki Doi outperforming Conan 65 to 52. So that's wash either way. I went with Filthy Animals though. So 78 for the Revival Red Dragon match. Red Dragon getting the win as Deshwalder's burned out, injury taking his toll. So he gets a 54. Brainbuster for Kyle O'Reilly in 12 minutes. And 82 for the handicap match of Jim Neidhart taking on the Briscoes. Obviously, actually, I fucked over Jim Neidhart completely. I just now realized that. Owen Hart should have been doing these matches with him. I can't believe it. Someone's definitely commented like, "Oh, you forgot the fucking Owen Hart." Oh my god, unbelievable, unreal. Sorry, Jim. Sorry, Hart Foundation. You guys are in a prime spot. Owen definitely could have gave them the edge in that last match. Unbelievable. New Day beating Harlem Heat with the Midnight Hour. Has a 79 for Big E, 74 for Booker T, 72 for Kofi Kingston. So Booker T outperformed Kofi, but Stevie Ray just pulling him down. Midnight Hour getting the win. 76 for Ring Count over Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki. Vault over the 90. 88 for Timothy Thatcher as submitting Jinsei Shinzaki with a Thatcher stretch. There's the Golden Lovers against the Eliminators. 97 for Kenny Omega. Kota Ibushi kind of going down with an 87. Perry Samuel with a 64 and John Cronus with a 52 as a Golden Shower. For John Cronus, a 959. Then an 82 for the Usos, World's Greatest Tag Team. See Sheldon with an 88, 71 for Charlie Haas, 63 for Jay, 57 for Jimmy Uso. Getting the win with a leapfrog body guillotine as Generation X beating DIY in 11:52 with Roger Strong pinning Tommaso Ciampa with skipping a generation. Generation X just really, I mean, they've took a little too long for them to start getting these ratings. It just, right at the end of the season, just started fucking up their ratings. So that's the way she goes. For that, it's Phenomenal Angels taking on the team of LAX. 12:45 is AJ Styles pinning Santana with a Styles Clash at 12:45. Some awesome stuff there. Good stuff for Phenomenal Angels as 94 for AJ, 88 for Daniel, 60s for LAX. It's another 81 for the Wolves against Motor City Machine Guns. See Saban and Shelley, 96, 95, 67 for Davey, 64 for Eddie. As Chris Saban pinning Davey Richards after the Made in Detroit. Into now the A's and the 95 plus matches. 97 for the Bulldogs beating Los Gringos Locos in 1959. As Dynamite Kid pinning Eddie Guerrero. Wow, he pinned Eddie. As that did not see that coming, as that's probably the first and one of the few times Eddie's taken a fall in this. As Dynamite Kid with a Bulldog super diving headbutt, Davey with an 84, Artbar back down below the 60 mark. As Kenta Fuji beating Axis, you see Kenta with a 90, 82 for Naomichi Marufuji, 77 for Go Shiozaki, 70 for Katsuhiko Nakajima. There's a Busaiku knee, getting the win for Kenta Fuji. Is a 93 for Stenerico against London and Kendrick, as London and Kendrick getting the win, as Brian Kendrick pinning El Generico with the Slice Bread 2 shooting star press combo. As you see Brian Kendrick in the 94, 89 for Paul London, 88 for Kevin Steen, 83 for El Generico, and the lack of psychology there. But that match is at 85. Wow, really, these lack of psychologies are bringing this shit down. As Lucha Brothers beating the Young Bucks in 20 minutes as Phoenix pinned Nick Jackson. La Cara del Phoenix. Alright, so at least the co-main event with a 97, Gangs of Wrestling beating Arn and Tully. Wrong decision. See there, Arn airs the office game to 97, but Chris here with an 81, Tully with an 88. Wrong team winning, but the Kings Wrestling win is Chris Hero pinning Tully Blanchard after the Kings reign supreme over nearly everyone. It's a 97 and 95 for the main event. Fucking Christian being off his game. Lack of psychology. Jeff Hardy pinning Christian after the Twist of Fate Swanton Bomb combo. Jeff Hardy with 100, Edge with a 99, Matt with an 88, and 74 for Christian. Fucking Christian. Ruining the goddamn main event. As at least we increased pop. So at least it was somewhat better than the National League show. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of nuts that the bet when it was tied with Kings Wrestling Arn and Tully, but also the Bulldogs listeners locals match. So an Art Bar did a 59 in it. It's just wild stuff. We're gonna give some Christian some reassurance. Be like, hey man, at least get better type of thing. Chris Hero, just to kind of get him back onto the point where he's doing well. As man, what else to really? Yeah, Kenta hit a 90. I feel like we haven't really praised him a lot. I don't see his name on here. There we go. Awesome. So now on to the National League. Let's see if they can bounce back after having a subpar show. It's kind of weird how a 90. Oh, they had like a 91 or 92 overall show. I was like, that's more of an off night now for the National League, but I think they can. They definitely have the chance to, with the talent, the roster they have, just getting everything together. It does suck. The two-man power trip have been stripped away from the National League as for the time being, so maybe they can do something with that. Yeah, as far as can somebody else step up and do something big for them, who knows? What's wild is there was a note about the last Premier League show not having enough big names. I find that hard to fucking believe. As it's Hogan's back. That's right, Hogan is back. Bret Stiller. I can't believe I forgot Owen. You could have been. Those alternates. It's hard to keep up sometimes. All these alternates. Who had who and who went. It's just tough. Can't wait till the next one when the trios one is done and the injuries are also just a lot easier to manage. So let's see what's going to be the main event here. Not seeing a whole lot. Not seeing a lot. I mean, this is, that's the main event. Yeah, this is, as the Rock and Sock against Malenko and Benoit. Rock and Sock are going to get the win. As, what else we can do? Shield Strong Big Japan is actually a really good match. Everyone's going to get the win for the Shield. Kobashi Masawa against Muto and Chono. Chono's going to bring it down a little bit, but still I think it's going to be a great match. Kobashi's going to get the win for them. Bad Intentions, Bam Bam and Vader. Getting them out of the fucking main event scene for now. As Bob and Inoki Miracle Von's Connection. That's just obviously an easy win. Funk's Brothers of Destruction could be a really good match. So we're going to give the Brothers of Destruction, which I think they deserve that. Now I think the rest is probably going to be the undercard. That's what it's looking like. Jarrett's show against the Mega Powers. We'll add to that next, as we have that as a 10-minute match. I don't know how I feel about all that. Let's bump that up to 20. That's at least a slow build. Like, come on. As let's. Steiner's Rockers, that's a great match. I can't believe I missed that. Scotty's going to get the pin. Now it should be into that category where we can just kind of pick whatever. I feel like this could go. Yeah, the John Bob and Tony Inoki against Miracle Von's Connection. Then we'll have the handicap match of Triple H against Tenkoji, which Triple H does not want to lose to. He's pissed. I don't give a fuck. It's a handicap match. I can't have a team in the all-time tag league playoffs be one guy. Just can't do it. What else? What else we got? I think this APA RVD Sabu match could be pretty solid. And then we'll just kind of work our way through the rest of this. Something's going to have to be a technical masterclass. I'm not exactly sure what that will be exactly. Maybe it's going to be Kobashi, Masawa against, I'm just kind of, you kind of know. You see the teams. You know who's going to win at this point. If not, you'll see it when we run the show. Because, I mean, these are just basically all no-brainers at this point. Road Warriors getting the win there. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do. Is have this Kobashi Misawa Muto Chono match be the opener as a technical masterclass. As now we get to see if we had a steal the show match or not. We did not, and Conan and Kyo Iwata's shit's got to get changed. I wasn't even paying attention to see who if anybody was Conan. Yep, he was. So we'll have Stu Hardwork. That is the road agent, and then Kyo Iwata. And we're going to do a steal the show. There's Conan again. Can't beat Dean Malenko. Beat Goy Guerrero. No. Come on. Tommy Young, you gotta be, Kyo Iwata, there we go. Nick Patrick. Do that. Funk's Brothers Destruction, I'm assuming, nope. Jericho, Mega Powers, yep. Chad Patton. See, that fixed it. Yep. Now we're just gonna do a steal the show. I do want to change this. I feel like that's gonna be a better match. And this is gonna be a better match than that. Cool. Got that taken care of. If I had to pick a steal the show, it's probably gotta be this one. Yeah. As I don't think we changed the venue. Did not. Even though it wouldn't have had a penalty. Yeah, now it's... Now we can go Great Lakes or North or West. I'm gonna go Great Lakes. 23,000. Got the Joe Louis... Oh, we can go to where the fucking Pistons play. Palace of Auburn Hills. It'll be a fucking Malice in the Palace. I don't know why there hasn't been a independent... If there's got to be an independent show in Detroit that ran like somewhere near the Palace. It was just like the Palace, or the Malice near the Palace, or something like that. Though if a wrestling show could run the fucking Palace in Auburn, that would just be a perfect name for a show. Well, let's run the show. And with that, started. So 94 for the Technical Masterclass match. Kobashi Misawa beating Muto and Chono 1954. As Kobashi pinning Chono with a brainbuster there. Yeah, everybody did great, but Chono. Chono with the weak link, a 61, but Kobashi with a 93. 91 for Kaiji Muto. 80 for Misawa, and 61 for Chono. So an 81 for the Road Warriors Rock and Roll Express. Those Road Warriors get the win in 10 minutes. Doomsday Device on Robert Gibson. 93 for Animal, 92 for Hawk, and 58 for Ricky Morton, 52 for Robert Gibson. So Dudley Boys against the Vines Giants. You see the Dudley Boys there, 90 for Bubba, 85 for Devon, 73 for Shuji Shikawa, and 64 for Suwama. So Shuji Shikawa wasn't far behind Devon, but still wasn't enough as the Dudley Boys get the win with 3D. 77 as, yeah, the right team winning there. Outsiders beating the Brotherhood. Scott Hall outperformed. He was usually doing 80s, but there was 78. 65 for Kevin Nash, 63 for Dustin, and 53 for Cody. So 81 again for the Holy Demon Army against the Midnight Express. Kawada with a 95, Toway with an 81, 60 for Dennis Condry, 36 for Stan Lane, as Kawada pitting Stan Lane with a Powerbomb No Doubt with Utashi combination. 80 for Beer Money Inc. and Demolition, as Beer Money Inc. getting a win over Demolition. James Storm outperforming Demolition, as did Bobby Roode. As Bobby Roode pinning Demolition X with the payoff. As Hanson Brody defeating the World Class Tag Team at 9:46. It's Brody pinning. Fucking had to sneeze there. Thank God I can mute my mic now. It's Brody pinning Guetta with a running knee drop. It's 100 for Stan Hansen, 86 for Bruiser Brody. Obviously, Chad don't get nowhere close. As the APA RVD Sabu matches, the APA getting the win. 94 for Bradshaw. 85 for Rob Van Dam, 76 for Ron Simmons' Office Game, still outperformed Sabu, obviously, as that's a 76 for them. As an 82 for the one-man power trip taking on Tenkoji, as Tenzan tapping out Triple H with the Anaconda Vice. The Kojima wasn't up to stuff. Tenzan got outperformed, but still, right, I felt like the right team won. Baba Inoki losing to the Miracle Vines Connection. It's Terry Gordy pinning Antonio Inoki with the Asiatic Spike. 95 for Terry Gordy. Dr. Death's Office Game did an 88. 75 for Inoki. 59 for Giant Baba there. It's an 86 for the Jericho Mega Powers match. As the Mega Powers losing, here's Hogan's return. He outperformed Savage. It's an 89 for Jericho, 90 or an 80 rather for Big Show. It's a Codebreaker Knockout Punch combinations. A 99 for the Steiners Rockers match. Rick Steiner, there's fucking Rick and Scotty. The 96 and 90, both the Steiners in the 90s. That's awesome. It's hard work getting Rick Steiner up there, but Shawn Michaels 99, 72 for Marty Jannetty as the Steiners getting the one with the Steiner eyes. So 95 for the Bad Intentions Bam Bam and Vader match. You see Bam Bam and Vader, no selling, no psychology. They don't give a fuck. They're just trying to beat the shit out of Bernard and Carl Anderson, which they do, as Vader went to the moonsault in 1935. Then a 92 for the Funks against Brothers Destruction. So Dory Funk Jr. going down in rating, but Terry Funk and The Undertaker and Kane, they're just doing kind of... Kane's coming a long way, too. Kane was kind of doing 70s for a while, and he even 60s for a while, remember, but Kane's now almost in the 90s, so that's good for the Brothers Destruction. Might be a little too late as far as a playoff spot, but still doing a great job as they get the win over the Funks with a double choke slam. 20 as the Strong Big Japan Shield match, as the Shield, as Roman's now in the 82, he gets the win with the Superman punch over Daisuke Sakamoto. Daisuke with a 69, 77 for Yuji Kobayashi, 82 for Roman, and 99 for Rollins there. So 99 for the main event, as the Rocket Sock connection with hundreds, 93 for Benoit, 90 for Dean Malenko. It's the Rock pitting Dean Malenko with a double people's elbow. Unbelievable stuff there. As 97. We're back to the 97s. Hell yeah. 2 99s on the card. 98. And, yeah, we even had that opener at a 94. So that was good stuff. I'm happy we get back on track. So who to put over? Man, it's, you know, I feel like we can do it to Kane. Kane could use some... Like, Rick Steiner, I mean, just fucking hug. Like, I can't believe you did it. You hit the spot as Chris Jericho, just to get him back to where he was before they lost. Yeah, please. All right, perfect. Now back to I can't believe we only have 4 shows left. I feel like we're flying through these. As my God, cannot believe we're almost into August. I can't believe that. I mean, we started this way back, just not even not even a month. In a month. We're in August. I guess that's what happens when you just run 2 shows a week. But still, I mean, kind of nuts when you think about, you know, the fucking CWA. Or what I've done with, well, I guess even then, with, I was going to say, yeah, just, I mean, the CWA, because we run, you know, 1 show, run our TVs, and then we run. We're just now in, I think, October now. I think we're just now hitting October. Now, because the Stewart Cup Classic's in October. Yeah, so I think that's happening now. So that's just kind of crazy. And that started back in May. It's almost a full year. And here we are, a month series, and we're almost in August. So that's just wild. That's what happens when you run 8 shows an episode, though. So we will, now going on to the Premier League. Alright, so that's... That's just... I get why that's a thing, but sometimes I'm just like, Jesus, why is that a thing? As, yeah, finally we're gonna have Owen be in this fucking thing. It's Kevin Nash brought before Wrestler's Court. Showed up to the wrong fucking day. This should have been on the National League, but you see, accused of making a mess backstage, not cleaning it up, and knowing everyone else, the judge, The Undertaker, found him guilty and sends him to clean up and then buy drinks for everyone after the show. How fun. Alright, so let's try and fix this situation here. Oh, and that's a good debut for the Hart Foundation. We're gonna have Owen probably beat the Eliminators. Assuming, yeah, we get to see that as well. We'll have Owen get a win. I'm assuming he's gonna do better than John Cronus is. Maybe not Perry Saturn by a long shot. I mean, I feel like he will, but maybe he won't. I guess you don't really know until it actually happens. So we'll have that getting added. Perfect. Main event already. I'm seeing Kings of Wrestling Golden Lovers. That is main event right there, and the Golden Lovers will win this match. So I know they will outperform them. Mega's gonna pin Hero. So what else was this? Generation Next against the Phenomenal Angels. What a great fucking match this is. And a match I would have killed to have seen in the mid-2000s. Jesus. Yeah, this would have been insane. This has been a very different match. Because, like, Jack would have thrown a whole lot of... Like, Jack Evans and AJ Styles were just born to be in the same ring together. Especially around that time. Jack would have done some crazy fucking shit. As Motor City Machine Guns and Edge and Christian. Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time to have Motor City Machine Guns get a big win. And talk about a huge win here. They're going to beat the Edge and Christian, who've now lost 2 straight with this. I mean, that is fucking tough. But I think they're going to outperform them. I think Christian's going to go into the 80s. Sure, Edge is going to be like 99, 98, maybe even 100. But I just feel like Shelley and Saban combined are going to outperform Christian. I think it's going to work out. Lucha Brothers, British Bulldogs. Good, very good fucking match here. As again, I think the Lucha Brothers are going to outperform them. Going to give them the win. Pentagon Jr. is going to beat... David Boy's really hurt the British Bulldogs in this last kind of run. Because I think most of this... I think now, if I had to guess their past 5 matches, I'm sure they've probably lost 3 or 4 of it. Like, they've... It's not good. It's not looking good for the Bulldogs as far as making a playoff spot. DIY and Harlem Heat. Gonna give that one to DIY. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Let's give it to fucking Harlem Heat. I'm tired of seeing them lose. I get it that Stevie Ray sucks, but Harlem Heat, one of the greatest tag teams of all time. I can't have them at the... I can't. I've put a stop to it. This will definitely be the opener as a technical masterclass. As Axel's going to get the win here. Let's go getting the win. Doyoshi, Arn and Tully. Arn and Tully going to get the win here. Is again set for Steal the Show. Stop it. Stop with the Steal the Shows. I really was not thinking when I was just like getting this together at the very beginning. That's what happens. You learn as you keep booking, and you gotta change your shit. As far as what's in... I think the rest of this is stuff that's outside, you know, the main event spot, or even this is mid-card territory and below. We're gonna have Kyle O'Reilly, Red Dragon, taking on Filthy Animals. We're gonna have Red Dragon win there. This is probably gonna go above that, because I feel like this match is actually gonna be really fucking good. World's Greatest Tag Team against Generico. I forgot who. I didn't even pick a winner there. I was just like, boom, let's send it. Gonna give that to Kevin Steen over Charlie Haas. So let's change this shit around here. So we know that's that. And we know... Yeah. Switch that out. And then we can switch that out. No problem. Alright, so we're already almost like a minute. We're going to have to cut a lot of time off a lot of these matches. This is not going that long. This is going 10 minutes. As Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji is going to get the win. Naomichi Marufuji is going to get the pinfall for him. Just to change it up. London and Kendrick against the Revival. We're going to give that to London and Kendrick there. We'll have them steal the show. Sure, why not? We got to have it eventually. Might as well it be this match. Los Gringos Locos LAX. So we had that going a little bit longer. That's definitely changing. So Eddie's going to get the pinfall for Los Gringos Locos. So I want to say it's their first win of this episode. Briscoe Brothers Young Bucks, which is kind of crazy how I'm now just getting to this match, but just kind of shows you the talent that's in the Premier League here. So, Young Bucks are going to get the win. And then, you know, we got Hardy Boys, Usos, a New Day ring conf, with which Hardy Boys, Usos can stay where it's at with Matt getting the win. But I think we're going to bump up New Day ring conf a little bit. As I think we can give them time to... I just think this is going to be good. As ring conf's going to get the win. Falte there. Right at 300. Perfect. I mean, could not have done that any better. Wow. So we're swapping that. This is going there. Yeah, I guess we can swap that for that. I don't know. I feel it's tough. I guess we can leave it there. Kind of crazy that match. Then this can go definitely way up here. Oh yeah, this Eliminator's Owen Hart match is definitely not the main. Put it there. Actually, there. Perfect. And now let's see our booking analysis, which is just Chad Patton. Change up Chad Patton's shit. Come on, Chad Patton. Where you at? Alright, I'm assuming top of the card. Yep. 7B Earl. Probably should have been a kid, but that's no big deal. Yep. Tommy Young. There we go. Perfect. Let's change the venue. As I think it was the Mid-South there. No. Yeah, Northwest, that's right. Portland, Oregon. The Moda Center. Let's run the show. Axis American Wolves. Axis getting the win. It's Go Flasher on David Richards in 1955. It's DIY Harlem Heat. Harlem Heat getting the win. Undeserved win. But fuck it. Win nonetheless. It's Harlem Heat beating DIY. It's Booker T hitting the scissors kick on Johnny Gargano in 10-10. I can't remember the last time they probably won a match. It's the Eliminators. Losing to Owen Hart. Yeah, Owen Hart with an 88. That definitely would have helped out. Yeah, they would have got the last win, and that's the whole thing. Plus, they have a tag specialist, because they actually teamed is the also thing. Like, yeah, I fucked that whole shit. I can't believe I forgot that. Owen Hart pinning John Curtis with a rocket in 13:21. Fucking unbelievable. It's Los Gringos Locos. Oh, and we fucked up a lot. We didn't change the slow build time off this, but nonetheless, though, Eddie Guerrero gets the win as he taps out. Los Gringos Locos gets the win as Eddie tapping Ortiz with Lasso from El Paso. 82 for London and Kendrick over the Revival. As you see, London and Kendrick pinning Scott Dawson with a slice bread number 2 shooting star press combination, even though Brian Kendrick's off his game. Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki losing to Kenta Fuji in 10:22. It's Naomi Marufuji pinning Hayabusa with a pole shift. It's at 86 for Kenta, was off his game. 81 for Marufuji. 67 for Hayabusa, and a 66 for Jinsei Shinzaki. 78 for the next match. It's Red Dragon taking on the Filthy Animals. Conan and Rey Mysterio Jr.'s Kyle O'Reilly pinning Conan after chasing the Dragon. 88 for Rey Mysterio Jr., 82 for Kyle O'Reilly, 72 for Bobby Fish, 56 for Conan. So 90 for this next match as the fucking Hardy Boys killing it, beating the Usos on 11:55. This match would slap. I mean, this would actually be a phenomenal match. You took Prime Usos, Prime Hardy Boys, like that shit would be nuts. It's 11:55 there. That angle would be perfect. Like, just give me a mini feud throughout the summer of like in 2000 where you put Usos, Prime Usos, drop them in there with the Hardys to kind of add another wrinkle to it before they do the TLC at SummerSlam type of thing. As just, yeah, I mean, it'd be fantastic. Or take the Hardy Boys, Prime Hardy Boys, drop them in like this era of well, I guess a couple of years ago for if we're gonna be honest about the Usos Prime. But Twist of Fate, Swanton Bomb combo for that match is the finish. Briscoe's Young Bucks gets an 87 as the Young Bucks beating the Briscoes in 1949 as Matt Jackson pinning Mark Briscoe with a Meltzer drive. A lot of M's in that. Sittons as Nick Jackson with 93, 86 for Matt Jackson, 74 for Jay, 67 for Mark. Not enough psychology there. Ringkampf, New Day as Ringkampf 89, 87 for Timothy Thatcher, 79 for Big E, 70 for Kofi. He's off his game as Falter pinning Big E with a powerbomb. Now that's a fucking... Give me Big E and Falter in the same ring. That'd be sick. As Falter was almost upset about the after the match, Jesus, you can tell I'm getting very tired. I'm getting tongue-tied as hell. Falter was upset about after the match, as upset that Big E almost injured him with a botch move. It's a 92 for Doyoshi Arn Tully. It's Arn Tully beating Doyoshi in 20 minutes. Arn Anderson beating the Ricky Doyle with a spike pile driver. 96 for Arn Anderson. 80 for Tully Blanchard, 76 for Masato Yoshino, 66 from the rookie Doi, so that's a 92. Solid fucking match there. World's Greatest Tag Team Stenerico actually did not perform that last match. That's kind of shocking. Stenerico getting the win. 90 for Kevin Steen, 82 for El Generico, 92 for Shelton Benjamin, best guy in the fucking match. But just Charlie Haas was not enough to have the deficit. So maybe if Charlie Haas was in the 80s, I mean, this could have justified giving it the World's Greatest Tag Team. But Kevin Steen beating Charlie Haas with the package pile driver. Almost another person being angry about getting injured with a botch move. Shelton Benjamin angry at Kevin Steen. It's a 98 for Lucha Brothers, 95, 95, 96 for Dynamite Kid. It's Pentagon Jr. with the Fear Factor on Davey Boy Smith. Don't fuck with TEW, not saying anything. And fucking Fear Factor on Davey Boy. What an impressive feat that would have been, just picking that son of a bitch up for a Fear Factor. That's a big-ass man to be taking that bump, as the Motor City Machine Guns beating Edge and Christian, and I was correct. Right decision made. Christian is costing Edge and Christian their performance, maybe. I wouldn't say out of a playoff spot. I don't think it's going to be that crazy, but they're definitely costing them. He's costing his team with 2 back-to-back losses. Alex Shelley pinning Christian after the Made in Detroit. Most of these machine guns are going to be a problem in the playoffs, as Generation Next losing the Phenomenal Angels. Great match, though. Great effort for the Generation Next team. It's just AJ Styles. He pins Roddy with the Styles Clash in 20 minutes. It's 96 for AJ Styles. Definitely an all-star. AJ Styles is for the Premier League. It's a 99 for the main event. It's the Golden Lovers beating Kings of Wrestling in 25-40. Kenny Omega pinning Chris Hero with the Couture as a 97 for Omega, 96 for Claudio, 88 for Kota Ibushi, 86 for Chris Harris. It was close, but the right decision. Golden Lovers getting the win over Kings of Wrestling there. It's a 97 again. Unreal. Who to put over? I mean, it's getting tough. It's getting down to the really nitty gritty here. I feel like Matt Hardy again. We could really use him getting better. Christopher Daniels, another guy that could benefit from. I mean, I'm gonna say it again with Christian. He's really going down a slippery slope now with more and more 70s, because and they go to the playoffs, and you have Edge with his 100, but you have Christian doing his 70s, his high 70s. It's not gonna work out. He is not going to get past. They're not gonna get even past the second round, I don't think. Into the second round, they won't get past the first round. Just with his performance, I don't see it happening. Who knows, though? I could be wrong. As now on to the National League show. Alright, so that's twice now that the Premier League shows have gotten the not big enough names fucking thing, which I don't understand it, but maybe. I mean, the National League does have a lot of star power on that side, as you see there. As looking at I already see our main event. As we're gonna change this, obviously, and we are just now into week 22 of new venues. Should be. Yeah, we'll go for the Mid-South for this. Looks like, oh, we can go a little bit higher. Nope, still not. Nothing there. Is the Rose Garden Arena. Should be a sold-out crowd. Fingers fucking crossed. As Malenko, Benoit, Hanson, and Brody. Definitely the main event. And so we're going to have Hanson and Brody get the win. That's a huge win for Hanson and Brody. And APA, Dudley Boys. That's just the match I see. Dudley Boys are going to get the win there. See, my voice probably heard my little poster that's near my desk just come off. That's fun. I got to deal with that. This poster's been the worst. I have, let's see, it's 3, 4, 5 posters in my room here. And this one right near my desk has been the biggest pain in the ass ever. It's the worst. It's just, I've had to fix it so many times. Well, I got the 2, and plus I have the 7 outside, and so that they have the 2 in the hallway too before I get to my room. So 7 posters I've dealt with in my in my days here. This one here, though, been the absolute worst. It's right by my desk. Bam Bam and Vader, Baba Inoki. Probably not. Brothers Destruction, Bad Intentions. That seems like the better match. Here, as Brothers Destruction are gonna get the win. And Tenkoji Muto and Chono. It's a great little match there. It's Kaiji Muto and Masahiro Chono are going to get the win over Tenkoji. Even though Tenkoji's going to get... They'll probably outperform him. But I just had respect for Muto and Chono. That's an awesome match, too. Obviously a dream match that probably could have almost happened in All Japan. Or even, though it definitely happened in New Japan. Yeah, I want to say it happened in late 90s New Japan. Obviously a much different take to it than now in this all-time tag league. Kobashi Masao and the Funks. It's a great match. Kobashi and Masao are going to get the win. Kobashi and Masao have been on a fucking roll, keeping their winning ways going. Holy Demon Army and Jericho. That's a great fucking match there. So we're going to have Holy Demon Army get the win there. That might be the bet. Might not be the smartest idea, but I just feel like they're going to outperform them. It's going to be close, though. Now we're going to reorganize this mess, as I think we're going to have this match there. This is probably going to be the co-main. And, yep. It's looking a lot better now. Maybe this, yeah, I think it's for the best. Now the rest is just gonna be whatever. Bam Bam Vader, Baba Inoki, obviously Bam Bam Vader, Beer Money Inc., Rock Sock Connection, obviously Rock and Sock. As the Miracle Vines Connection, Rock and Roll Express, obviously Miracle Vines Connection. Strong Big Japan Demolition, obviously Strong Big Japan. As Smash is pissed. Fucking Barry Darzo says, I am not losing to these Japanese fucks. Fuck you, Smash. Yes, you are. It's Mega Powers, RVD, Sabu. That's gonna be for the Mega Powers. I feel like Savage is at least gonna outperform Sabu, but obviously Van Dam's gonna be the best guy in the match. Outsiders, the Shield. The Shield are gonna get the win there over the Outsiders. I don't know why I hit that. We go Road Warriors over the Midnight Express. Rockers over the Brotherhood, obviously. And then, a one-man power trip against the world-class tag team of Jado and Ghetto. Obviously, even the one-man power trip is going to get the win there. Violence Giants. Oh, wait a minute. What the hell? Why is that on there twice? Wait just a goddamn minute here. As, we got some controversy here. So now I gotta go over here, making sure that my fucking schedule is right. I just gotta, let's see here. So, yeah. So, yeah, I see the Shield on the outside. Where's the Violence Giants match? Should be the Steiners. Yeah, should be the Steiners. Gotta modify it. Fuck that up. Fucked that up. There we go. Should have realized that. As Scotty Steiner gonna get the win, obviously, for the Steiner brothers. Did it work? Yep. Thank you. As there we go. I think we're gonna have to change the technical masterclass. I don't know why I give that so much time. Second of all, I guess just because it already had that much time. That's we're probably gonna do a steal the show and a technical masterclass. Yep. And Shane Stu Hart, as we'll have this be. Well, we're bumping this up. Yeah, that's. There we go. The technical masterclass might have to be the Tenkoji Muto Chono match. As Tenzan with a 70, or as Kojima with a 70, Tenzan with a 66, and then, so yeah. Guess that'll be the technical masterclass. Is Stu Hart the. No. Oh, but we get even more lucky with that. But, nope. That ain't it. Nope. Probably could have done the Funks instead, but I just feel like that's going to be a better match to begin with, so might as well keep that up there to help the match card out. As, it's going to be tough to pick a Steal the Show. Guess this match probably be the best match to have that be. Steal the Show. And it's too hard as the fucking road agent. Perfect. Alright, let's run the show. It's the N86 for the Technical Masterclasses. Kaiji Muto, Masahiro Chono getting the win thanks to the Technical Masterclass that made that really a lot easier and a lot better of a match to have Muto and Chono get the win, as Kaiji Muto pinning Satoshi Kojima with the Moonsault Press. That's like at an 86. Kaiji Muto head and shoulders of everybody else. It's the one-man power trip beating World Class Tag Team in 10 minutes as he pinned Ghetto after a pedigree. As the Rockers beating the Brotherhood, as Shawn Michaels pinning Dustin Rhodes after the Rockers Superplex, or the Rockers Plex, rather, not just the Rockers Plex. But yeah, even Marty Jannetty outperformed the Brotherhood. There, as the Road Warriors beating the Midnight Express. Road Warrior Animal with the flying shoulder tackle, 100, Hawk with a 92. It's an 84, wow, for RVD Sabu against the Mega Powers. Yeah, the wrong team won there. Should have been RVD and Sabu, as you see Van Dam almost in the 90s, but Hogan and Savage, they get the win. After Hogan hits the big boot and leg drop on Sabu, so at least from that perspective, you have that. I mean, the more I talk about it, though, it's a lot closer than maybe what it is. Maybe, I think it was still an easy decision. So this match, with a 56, Strong Big Japan Demolition, obviously Strong Big Japan are not, as far as popularity goes, not one of the most over teams we have, but the ratings are there. It's 79 for Yuji Kobayashi, 74 for Daisuke Sakamoto, 60 for Smash, and 59 for Axe. Is outperforming Demolition by a long shot. We got the Miracle Violence connection with hundreds for Dr. Death and Terry Gordy as they beat the Rock and Roll Express in 9:48. Terry Gordy pinning Ricky Moore in the Power Slam. Great shit there. There's a 93 for Beer Money and the Rock and Sock connection as Mankind with some chronic shoulder pain now going through the fucking... That's tough. That is a bad time to pick up an injury. That chronic shoulder pain might have just cost the Rock and Sock connection the all-time tag league. Now, they still got a couple of months left. You know, you have basically 2 months, I think it's the playoffs are in September, I think, is when they start. So if he can I'm sure he'll be fine by then. So it's not completely over, but it might hurt their chances going forward as far as having a higher seed in the playoffs. So that's something to watch out for, as Mankind will be dealing with that chronic shoulder pain. Gonna be tough, as Bobby Roode has some heat backstage after the injured Mankind with a botch move. It's an 84 for the Bam Bam Vader Bob and Inoki match. I should have done better, as Bam Bam Vader get the win, though. Inoki, though, was an 84, so he's getting a lot better. Just Bob is not on the same level as him, as Bam Bam pinning Giant Bob with a greetings from Asbury Park. I would pay $1 million to see Giant Baba take a greetings from Asbury Park. That would be insane. As Violence Giants over the Steiners, or Steiners over the Violence Giants. Jesus Christ! As Scott Steiner pinning Shuji Ishikawa after a Steinerizer. It's 100 from Scotty, 86 from Rick Steiner, 68 from Shuji Ishikawa, and a 62 from Suwama. That'd be an awesome match, though, as Violence Giants and Steiners. So the Outsiders taking on the Shield, as the Shield get the win. And look at Roman, almost in the 90s now. Seth Rollins pinning Kevin Nash with a curb stomp in 1934. Scott Hall with an 84 too. I mean, Shield, Roman just took a little too long to get hot. If he would have got to the point where he got hot during the early days of the National League, maybe the Shield would have been a top 5 team in the fucking National League, but they're just outside that bubble as of right now in the standings. So, Brothers of Destruction beating Bad Intentions. There's double choke slam there. There's Taker pinning Carl Anderson. As after the double choke slam, Undertaker with a 90, 84 for Kane, 71 for Bernard, and 66 for Carl Anderson. It's a 91 for the APA Dudley Boys match. You see Bradshaw with a 97. That's fucking insane. Bubba Ray pinning Ron Simmons after the 3D. I mean, close. You could have went either way there, but it just slight advantage for the Dudley Boys as Ron Simmons with 76, Devon with an 83. But a 91, though, nonetheless, solid fucking match. It's a 99 for Kobashi Masao against the Funks. Terry Funk with 100, but you had Dory Funk Jr. with an 83 that really cost him that one, thanks to that. As because obviously Misawa plus 10 over Dory Funk Jr. and Terry Funk's just plus 6 over Kenta Kobashi. Great match there. Is the Holy Demon Army Jericho match is a 98 thanks to not enough selling shown. As it looks like the right decision was made with the Holy Demon Army beating Jericho in 2015 as Toshiaki Kawada pinning Jericho after the Powerbomb No Doubt Otachi combination. It's a 99 for the main event. You see 100 from Stan Hansen, 91s for Bruiser Brody and Dean Malenko, and 92 for Chris Benoit Hansen pinning Dean Malenko after a lariat in 2021. What a match! What a show! As that again got that murderer's row from the Kobashi Misawa, Jericho, Holy Demon Army, and Hansen and Brody against the Malenko Brothers match. Hard to believe we had a 97 card when we had a 56 there, but that's just the way TEW works. Really, most of the ratings are just your main event and your co-main. You have a great main event and co-main, you'll probably have a pretty solid show in TEW. As man, now who to put over? I feel like at this point we're gonna keep giving good things to Roman. Hopefully he can get better. Yeah, we'll give some love for Scott Hall. Let's see, it was an 84. Dory Funk Jr. maybe. With Kiritawa actually. Kiritawa, I haven't praised him a little bit in a hot minute. Maybe he can get to the point where he's on the same level as Kawada. Wow, and just like that, we're down to our final 2 shows. It's just crazy how fast this goes and how fast time really moves in this. So now we're in August. I can't believe it. Cannot fucking believe it. As now on to the final 2 shows of this episode. Alright, the final 2 shows here of the episode. So I already see the main event. Well, at least there's a couple of great matches I'm seeing here. We got Stanerico Hardy Boys, High Foundation, Kings of Wrestling. That's about it. Now I'm like, the Edge and Christian Access match should be pretty fun, but as far as this Generation Next Gringos Locos match probably have a good rating, and the Ring Comp Kenta Fuji. There's a couple of fun little matches. Get that. Backstage incidents. Joe Malenko brought before wrestlers' court, accused of not joining the wrestling locker room for a night out. The judge, The Undertaker, found him guilty and sentenced him to buy drinks for everyone after the show. It's Giant Baba, Toshiaki Kawada. Giant Baba has been passing on his tips on microphone work to Toshiaki Kawada. Boris Malenko passing tips on microphone work to his protege, Perry Saturn. Alright. Simple enough. Now on to picking the venue. There we go. Wow. There is not a venue that has... I guess we're gonna go Boston Garden. Works for me. Might as well just add this Stanerico Hardy Boys match. Which I hate to say, but I think I gotta give it to the Hardys. Because even though Stanerico would need this win, it's not gonna happen. Kings of Wrestling, Hart Foundation. Now that the Hart Foundation's back, kind of want to have it be Owen and Brett, but I think that'd be cheating because everyone knows the Hart Foundation was Brett and fucking Jim Neidhart more than anything, and then even Jim Neidhart and Owen Hart as like the new Hart Foundation. But as gonna be the win for Claudio and the Hero as Jim Neidhart's gonna take the fall there. Gave him a lot of time too. That was might come back to haunt us on that one. As what else we got here? The Ring Comp Kenta Fuji match, which I was going to be given a little bit more time than that. We're going to give it to Ring Comp, Walter and Company. Generation Next, Los Gringos Locos, probably be the next match. It's also be given time. Slow Bill, regular. As we're gonna give it to Generation Next. Jack Evans over our bar. Poor Eddie. Just dealing with our bar. It's the Golden Lovers Doyoshi. Sure we'll have that be a Steal the Show match. Why not? So Mecha's gonna get the win there. Edge and Christian against Axis. We're gonna give that some time. Slow build. Edge and Christian is going to get the win. As I might as well have Christian get a win. Maybe that'll help him out. So now, probably the Briscoe Brothers, Bulldogs match. I give that some more time. Bulldogs are gonna get the win. We'll have Davey Boy. Been one of the Briscoes. It's on and Tully Red Dragons. Probably gonna be the next match. Orange Tully gonna get the win. And now it's just kind of a crapshoot from here. This is about the same. DIY New Day. We go New Day. There as we'll give it 20 minutes. American Wolves, Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki. That's probably gonna be the opener. So I wonder if I could do a technical match class. Let's see. 65. That's 46 fucking Hayabusa. It's not technical at all. I will give it to the Wolves. I think the Wolves could use the win. I think they're gonna outperform them. We'll see though. Harlem Heat, Phenomenal Angels. Obviously, Phenomenal Angels there. AJ Styles getting the win. And fucking dumbass Stevie Ray. Conan Rey Mysterio Jr. against London and Kendrick. Now, this could be a technical masterclass. As we're going to give it to London and Kendrick. Let's have Spanky. Spanky's going to tap out Conan. LAX Lucha Brothers. That's going to be a Lucha Brothers win. Just we'll bump that time down. And give it to Pentagon Jr. there. Revival and the World's Greatest Tag Team. World's Greatest Tag Team, obviously. Which we have that going a little bit longer than it should. Shelton Benjamin in the win there. Get all out. Bump that way the fuck down to about 13 minutes. Usos and the Guns. Obviously, the Machine Guns are going to get the win there. God damn it. As, give it to Alex Shelley. And then the Young Bucks Eliminators. Obviously, Young Bucks there. She'll give it to Nick Jackson. Alright, now we're going to reorganize this mess, and we're gonna cut some time off. Looks like a match. Might as well have it be this one. Oh yeah. And we'll add one more to this. Perfect. And this is obviously the opener. And where's that American Wolves? Yeah, this match is going there. We can bump this down too. Bump that down. Swap that for that. Swap that for that. Alright. I think we got a pretty good show here. Let's take a look at the booking analysis now. As Mickey J's just gonna be replaced. Yep. Jab Patton. See if that was enough. It was. Perfect. Nailed it. On to the show. This is the Filthy Animals take the fall to London and Kendrick, as London and Kendrick getting the win in 2020. Brian Kendrick pinning Conan with the sliced bread number 2 shooting star press combination. Paul London was off his game still. Obviously outperforming Conan by a shit ton. Barely got outperformed by Rey Mysterio Jr. And Kendrick really doing a great job, obviously. The 59 for this American Wolves Hayabusa Jinsei Shinzaki match was Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki taking the fall. Undeserved loss as Hayabusa sprains his ankle. Man, that Hayabusa and Jinsei Shinzaki team has just dealt with injuries so many times often. It's just been tough for them. At least it wasn't a botch that caused it. A 77 for the Phenomenal Angels Harlem Heat match. AJ Styles on 98. Christopher Daniels on the 85, 76 for Booker T, and a 44 for Stevie Ray. AJ hitting Booker T with a Styles Clash. That's a big man to be putting a Styles Clash. It was DIY and New Day. The New Day getting the win. Big E hitting Tommaso Ciampa with the Midnight Hour for the 1-2-3. Good stuff there. It's an 82 for the Young Bucks Eliminators match. I mean, the Young Bucks are just 96, 94. The psychology's not going to be there for a lot of their matches, but they're going to have phenomenal performances. As Mate in Detroit getting the win for the Motor City Machine Guns in 13-17. Alex Shelley pinned Jimmy Uso. Alex Shelley with a 95, 92 for Chris Sabin, 64 for Jay, 60 for Jimmy Uso. So 79 for the Revival, World's Greatest Tag Team. It was the World's Greatest Tag Team getting the win in 13-11 as Shelton Benjamin pinning Dash Wilder with the money clip. As in terms of in-ring work too, Shelton Benjamin was head and shoulders above everyone else. As a 78 for LAX and the Lucha Brothers, as the Lucha Brothers getting the win in 10-26. Pentagon Jr. pinning Ortiz with the Fear Factor. I just can't believe the Lucha Brothers. I mean, they're in the 90s now. Unreal team that they in performance they've done. The Golden Lovers over Doyoshi. So that's an 83 is Kenny Omega pinning Masato Yoshino with FTD Golden Shower. It's a 98 for Omega, 89 for Ibushi, 75 for Masato Yoshino, and then 68 for Naruki Doi. An 88 for the Briscoe Brothers against the British Bulldogs, as the British Bulldogs getting on in 1944 as Davey Boy pinning Jay Briscoe after the Bulldogs super diving headbutt. It's a 92 for Dynamite Kid, 85 for Davey Boy Smith. It's a 73 for Jay Briscoe, 67 for Mark Briscoe. So 94 for Edge and Christian against Axis. You see Edge with 100, Christian with an 89. It's Christian banning Katsuhiko Nakajima after the stack superplexes go with a 79. 74 for Katsuhiko Nakajima. It's a 93 for Ring Conf and Kenta Fuji. As wrong team won. Should have been Kenta, as Kenta Fuji with Kenta with a 92. It's Walter pinning Kenta too with a power bomb in 1956. It's a huge win for Ring Comp. I mean, it's a great performance for two teams that are just under the radar. You know, they're just outside that top 5 team to where they probably won't make the playoffs, but they're going to be a team that, at least Kenta Fuji, should be a little bit higher than they usually are compared to Ring Comp usually, but they are around the same around the same place in the standings. It's Generation Next taking on Los Gringos Locos. Generation Next getting the win in 2006. Jack Evans pinning Art Barr to the skipping a generation in 20 minutes. Anywhere with a 99, 92 for Roderick Strong, 79 for Jack Evans, and a 57 for Art Barr. You see hear my fucking mouse just fly across the desk as I was trying to pick it up. It's Art and Zolly beating Red Dragon. It's Arn Anderson pinning Kyle O'Reilly after the Spike Pile Driver in 22 minutes. It's Arn Anderson with a 96. Tully Blanchard actually got outperformed by Kyle O'Reilly. That's a bad sign for them in the playoffs. But, man, unbelievable stuff for Arn Anderson with a 96. Definitely an all-star. No question about it for the Premier League. He's been phenomenal since pretty much the first day of the Premier League as the Hart Foundation and taking on the Kings of Wrestling, as Kings of Wrestling getting the win 22-09 as Claudio Castagnoli pinning Jim Knight over the King's Reign Supreme over nearly everyone. It's a 97, 100 for Bret Hart, 97 for Claudio, 82 for Chris Hero, and 72 for Jim Neidhart. Again, Chris Hero might be the downfall for Kings of Wrestling in the playoffs. What a performance. There's a 93 for the main event. Should have known better. Should have had the Kings of Wrestling match as the main, but Hardy Boys beating Generico as Jeff Hardy pinning El Generico after the Twist of Fate, Swanton Bomb combination. Right team winning there, as you see Jeff Hardy 97, 90 for Matt Hardy, 87 for Kevin Steen, 83 for El Generico. As that should still be like a 95. Oh, nope, 93. Yep, well, you know, at least we didn't lose Pop or anything. So at least we got that going for us. So who to put over? Man, you know, I think Generico could use some love. I think, you know, Tully Blanchard again is someone that could use some love. Trying to think who else. You know, we did Kenta. Guess we could do Walter. Alright, now on to the final show of the episode. For the final Premier League show, or the final National League show, this episode rather. As let's see if they can top that 93. I'm sure they can. Obviously, they have the skill set to do it. As on to the final show of the episode. That's alright here. Let's see. Let's use the broadcast. There we go. So, obviously, this would have been the main event had Steve Austin been able to wrestle. So that's a hell of a match. Yep, still the only people injured, Steve Austin and Bobby Eaton. Oh my fucking Mick was so drunk that he had to be sent home. What the fuck? I guess we gotta find him. Wow. I can't believe it. Everyone's happy about that. Wow, so it looks like it's gonna be another handicap match as Rock's gonna take on Strong Big Japan. Scott Dawson, and it was brought to before Wrestler's Court, accused of being an hour late to pick up his assigned travel partner. The judge, The Undertaker, found him guilty and sentenced him to pay for his travel partner's meals for the next 3 shows. As Conan and Eddie Guerrero there, as Eddie Guerrero passing tips on how to sell. That should have happened at the last show, but fuck it. So yeah, now we're going to have another handicap match. So let's just add it now. Rock taking on Strong Big Japan. Part of me wants to have Strong Big Japan win, but I think we have to have reality set in and have Rock get the win. I can't believe that, though. That's fucking wild. I was not ready for Mick to not show up for this show. As we'll just start from the bottom, or from the top, rather. Bad Intentions, Carl Anderson. Bad Intentions against Bob and Inoki, rather. Carl Anderson's going to get the pinfall win there. Bam Bam and Vader against Rock and Roll Express. Obviously, Bam Bam and Vader are going to get the win there. Brothers Destruction against Kobashi Masawa. This is going to be a tough one. But I think the right decision is to have Kobashi and Masawa get the win. And so we're going to have Masawa beat Kane. I think that's the right decision. Demolition Outsiders, obviously Outsiders there, with Scott Hall getting the win. Hanson and Brody against Beer Money Inc. Again, obviously, Hanson and Brody getting the win. Jericho and the Road Warriors, that's a pretty solid match. That might be a co-main, or even just a before the co-main. As Jericho and the Road Warriors are going to get the win. As we're going to have Hawk get the win. We haven't been giving Hawk a lot of wins. We're doing that. Muto and Chun against a world-class tag team, obviously going to be Muto and Chun. We have it set for Steal the Show, just because we know we have to have that as one of the match types. It's Miracle Vine's Connection against the Midnight Express of Stan Lane and Dennis Country. I don't know why it fucking match history. Tried to fucking bugging segment. There we go. It's the Brotherhood taking on the Violence Giants. We're gonna give that one to the Nightmare Family, the Brotherhood there, just because they haven't gotten a win in a hot minute, even though the Violence Giants would probably outperform them. Dudley Boys, Mega Powers. Yeah. You see the decision. I'm not proud of it, but I feel like that's right. It's the right decision. Funks gets Tenkoji. Gonna give it to Tenkoji there. That's a huge win for them. The Shield versus the Rockers. As we're gonna give that to the Shield. That's a hell of a match, though. That might be the co-main as the Steiners and the APA. A great fucking match. As there it is. Steiners APA with the Steiners getting the win. That's a bang of a match, even though there probably won't be any selling or anything. Then Triple H against Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit. We're gonna have Benoit and Malenko get the win. As Triple H is gonna be upset about that. Saw that coming. Keep him strong. Still unhappy. Fuck it. Cool. Alright, now we have to rearrange this mess. I know we have to do a booking, we have to do a technical masterclass, probably. Then we'll be all set. We could probably have it be this handicap match, to be honest. Might as well. There we go. Simple enough. But I just know, here's the thing. I know that these matches, that this match for sure is going to be worse. This match probably is going to be worse than that match as well. So we're going to put these two matches ahead of the Technical Masterclass. So then we're going to swap this. Going to swap this. We're going to swap this. see here. So far, I think we're gonna have the Shield against the Rockers as the main. We're gonna have this as the co-main. Yeah. And then Dudley Boys going here. Tenkoji going there. Triple A, yep. I like it. Like it a lot. It's actually, we might... Yeah. There we go. I know it's a lot different than what we've done in the past. But, yeah, because usually, you know, we like having now the technical masterclass. We've done that for the couple of shows, having the technical masterclass be the opener. But it's time to change it up. I think we'll be okay as far as the show rating and whatnot. So let's see. Oh, yeah. Southwest it is. 26,000. See if we have anything no. Looks like we're going to Utah for this one. Should be a pretty good show though. So 55 for the opener. As yeah, Violence Giants definitely outperformed them. They should have got the win. Yep, but I just figured the Nightmare family deserved a win a little bit more than the Violence Giants, just to kind of help them out a little bit. Oh, this gets an 81. You got the crowd buzzing, so we've already fucked up that technical masterclass, but it's no big deal. Not a huge deal. That's Kaishimoto with a 94-74 for Masahiro Chono and a 64-65 for Jado and Ghetto. It's a 79 for Babada Noki taking on Bad Intentions. With Bad Intentions getting the win, right decision there's John Baba with a 57. He's just really hurt that team more than anything, as the Outsiders beating Demolition there. It's got all the with an 82-66 for Kevin Nash as Razor's Edge, or the Outsider's Edge rather, Jesus, that Razor remote, Outsider's Edge over Demolition Axe there. 84 for the technical masterclass of the handicap match, Malenko Benoit against the one-man power trip. It's Benoit tapping out Triple H with crossface. It's an 88 for the Miracle Violence Connection over the Midnight Express. It's a 98 for Dr. Death, 96 for Terry Gordy, 58 for Dennis Conjry, 38 for Stan Lane, 81 for the Bam Bam and Vader match over the Rock and Roll Express with Bam Bam pinning Ricky Morton after a greeting from Asbury Park. It's an 83 from Hanson and Brody over Beer Money Inc. It's Hanson and Brody, 100 for Stan Hansen, 88 for Brody, 79 for Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode almost in the same ballpark as Bruiser Brody. That's wild. And James Storm with a 65. It's a 97 for the Funk's Tenkoji match. It's Tenzan with a 94. As a 96 for Terry Funk. And then Satoshi Kojima outperforming Dory Funk Jr. Making Tenkoji the right winner there. That's huge there for Tenkoji. Yeah. Yeah, Bubba with a 90. D-Von with an 83. And yet we give it to Hogan and Savage. The big boot and leg drop. I was just... no sense in that at all. That was just a upset. Just to throw an upset in there. As the Steiners in the APA. Steiners getting the win. See a 95 from Scotty. And 83 from Rick Steiner. 94 from Bradshaw. You see there. You knew the selling wasn't going to be there. You knew the psychology was going to be off. Made sense for having just this match right here on this spot of the card. As The Rock taking on Strong Big Japan as he beats Strong Big Japan. Thanks to Mankind showing up drunk as hell. So, Rock pinning Yuji Kobayashi with a rock bottom. As for a 99. Wow. The Road Warriors beating Jericho. As you see Big Show with a 79. But Road Warrior Animal with 98. 89 for Hawk. As Hawk pinning. Man, they got Big Show up for that Doomsday device. That is tough. That's a strong motherfucker. It's a 99 again for the Brothers of Destruction versus Kobashi and Masawa. As you see that Undertaker with 100, but it's not enough. It came with an 86. It's Kobashi and Masawa getting the win. It's Masawa hitting a Tiger Driver on Kane. Yeah, that'd be crazy. As a 98 for the main event. Slightly below the other two matches, the Shield beating the Rockers in 1940 as Seth Rollins pitting Marty Jannetty with a pedigree. 100 for Seth Rollins, 99 for Shawn Michaels, 82 for Roman, and a 74 for Marty Jannetty there. As man, oh man, what a show. As what a way to end out the episode. As who to put over. Again, it's tough. I think we're gonna go Big Show. We're gonna go Bubba Ray and D-Von for the next one, just because they probably should not have lost that match against the Mega Powers. Awesome and awesome. Good job. Thank you all for watching, and now the next episode is going to be the shortest episode, as we're only going to be running 6 shows instead of 8, as we have what will be, the final regular season episode. Man, this is just crazy how much we have progressed in this TEW world. Crazy how much this has just been really a blast to do. It's been hectic, and it's been very scatterbrained for a lot of the stuff doing, but planning and really making sure everything is set perfectly with the injuries and whatnot. The injuries make it a fun, kind of making it more of a sports simulation, but for the 6-man one, when we do the all-time trios league, probably won't have injuries just because that's too much to fucking comprehend. But we'll see though. Well, maybe not. I just kind of see what you guys think of that. And so thank you all for watching. And now we will send off before we get to the end of the season for our final 6 shows. Take care, everyone.